What's going on, guys? This is DaWoblefet, and welcome to a compilation of all the glitches in Sword and Shield that I've been covering in the last couple weeks. With Scarlet and Violet right around the corner, I'm really curious how many of these will actually end up patched. I want to give a very special shout out to Karthik in this intro. He helped me record nearly all of the content for these videos, and without his efficient recording with me, I doubt I could have accomplished this project in the time that I did. I should mention that these definitely aren't all the battle mechanics glitches that can be found in Sword and Shield, much less all the glitches that Game Freak patched along the way. But I hope this serves as a fun retrospective of unintended behavior in battles that managed to last all the way to the game's end. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield allows Dragapult to target itself with Dragon Darts. Dragon Darts is Dragapult's signature move, firing Dreepy out of its head to deal damage. It's supposed to have a special property where it doubles up on a target if one of the Dragon Darts would fail, like if it would have hit into a Protect or Fairy type. This special mechanic doesn't work perfectly though. Normally, if you use the move Ally Switch and try to attack yourself, the move will fail, because at that point you're trying to attack the slot you were just in, which is now yourself. However, because of Dragon Dart's special properties, it still tries to hit something, in this case, your ally. But if you combine this with telepathy, Dragon Darts can't hit your ally, so it's forced to attack itself twice. You can see many funny interactions with this, but my personal favorites are activating your own weakness policy to deal even more damage to yourself, and triggering your own red card to force you out from your own attack. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield can cause attacks to deal 0 damage, thanks to an interaction called damage overflow. In Pokemon, damage can't go on forever. It caps out at 65,535. Any attacks that do more damage than this will loop back around to 0, and start counting up again. Battle mechanics researcher Sadistic Mystic discovered this glitch several years ago, and uses precise setups to get the glitch consistently. This level 99 Entei has 222 special attack, boosted by 3 combines. It's been given the ability Adaptability, and will always crit thanks to a Lansat Berry being flung and holding the Scope Lens item. The target turret has only 6 special defense, which is reduced to 1 by using lots of fake tears. In addition to its bug and steel type, it has the grass type from the move Forest Curse, is affected by Tar Shot, and has been given the ability Fluffy. With all the pieces in place, Max Flare based on Eruption will deal 0 damage an impressive 15/16 of the time. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield causes Mimikyu's disguise to look intact, when it's really been busted. As you already know, Mimikyu's disguise ability allows it to tank 1 hit, in exchange for taking 1/8 of its HP in damage. However, if it takes this damage while in the semi-invulnerable state, the animation for Mimikyu's disguise being busted never plays. By all appearances, Mimikyu still appears to have its disguise intact, though of course it is purely visual. Switching Mimikyu in and out will correct this visual glitch. Surprisingly, this behavior does not occur in Generation 7. Mimikyu didn't learn Phantom Force in these games, but we can reproduce Mimikyu being semi-invulnerable with the move Skydrop. Time will tell if this glitch is repeated in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield can cause Pokemon to heal HP from itself using Leech Seed. Leech Seed is a move that drains 1/8 of some target's HP, and restores that stolen HP back to the slot Leech Seed was in. The key part is the slot. Even if the original Pokemon that used Leech Seed is KO'd, so long as there's something filling that space, Leech Seed continues to drain away health. But what happens when you use Ally Switch after Leech Seeding an ally? In that case, the Pokemon being drained and the Pokemon stealing the HP are the same Pokemon. From an opponent's perspective, you don't really see anything weird, such as with Tapu Fini here, but it's much more noticeable with Pokemon on your side, because they flip around in their animations. If you can find some funny animations with this, upload a video and let me know. Personally, I think this one with G-Max Centiskorch is pretty good. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield causes moves to fail when affected by choice locks. As you already know, choice items grant a 50% boost to one of the holder's stats, but restricts it to only being able to choose one move. This choice lock extends beyond the restriction at move selection. If your Pokemon tries to use a move it's not choice locked into, it will also fail during move execution. First, we choice lock into an attack, in this case, Kyogre's Ice Beam. Next, we set Magic Room, which negates all items. Finally, we use Knockoff. Because Magic Room is active, choice items are negated, including the part that properly removes the choice lock when my choice scarf got knocked off. The game now lets me select any of Kyogre's 4 attacks, but during the turn itself, they'll just fail. Even if I use all 16 Ice Beams, I won't even struggle. My moves will just keep failing. In past games, this glitch was even worse. You could choice lock yourself into other items, such as this example with Citrus Berry. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield lets you use No Retreat multiple times in a row. No Retreat is Phalanx's signature move, raising attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed by 1 stage, but at a cost. You can no longer switch out, and you're only able to use the move 1 time. You can see a custom message plays that Phalanx can't switch out because of No Retreat, and attempting to use it again will just fail. However, by using a move like Mean Look or Block before the No Retreat, the Can't Escape volatile is also set. See, No Retreat works by setting 2 volatiles, the Can't Escape volatile and a hidden No Retreat volatile. Game Freak didn't check the correct volatiles, so it passes right on through. Of course, either way, the Phalanx is stuck on the field, but at least you can use No Retreat multiple times, perhaps enough to set up a Psychic play in doubles to pass the boost to something useful. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield can cause otherwise guaranteed secondary stat boosts to not occur thanks to overflow. The ability Serene Grace and the Pledge Rainbow effect that comes from setting Fire and Water Pledge can double the odds of stat secondary effects occurring. These effects can combine to a 4 times multiplier, which can, for example, boost the odds of Meteor Mash raising attack from 20% to 80%. However, the number used to calculate the odds of a stat change occurring caps out at 255. In the case of Charge Beam, which has a 70% chance to boost special attack, it should come out to be a 280% chance to boost special attack. But because of overflow, it comes out to just 24%, which means it's possible not to get the special attack boost. If Scarlet and Violet introduce a move with a stat raise or drop effect that has a base secondary chance between 64 and 88, we could cause the overflow with that new move. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield allows Pokemon to switch in and Dynamax on the same turn. This setup depends on the Eject Pack item, an item that switches the holder out when one of its stats gets lowered. The setup I prefer uses 2 ally Pokemon holding Eject Pack, with the faster one performing the glitch. The opponent now needs to switch in some Intimidate Pokemon. Only 1 Eject Pack can activate per stat drop interaction, so even though both Pokemon hold an Eject Pack, only the faster one will switch, which in my case is Toxel. The next Intimidate Pokemon will switch in, activating the second Eject Pack to switch out Goomy. Now, send in the first Pokemon that switched out. Toxel comes back in, and you can see the Dynamax animation starting. However, that's all that happens. Not only does the game properly cancel your attack for the turn, it also wastes a full turn of Dynamax, so you only have 2 max moves left. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield prevents Pokemon from eating HP restoring berries if the user hits itself in confusion. Ordinarily, items like Citrus Berry will activate on pretty much anything. Regular damage from getting hit by moves, residual damage like Toxic, sending a substitute, entry hazards, you name it. Self-hit confusion is a special case that doesn't behave this way. See, Game Freak doesn't automatically check for items to activate after any damage is dealt. Pokemon uses an event-based engine, where different moves, abilities, and so on are associated with particular effects occurring. The event associated with applying self-hit confusion damage simply doesn't check for items. It's pretty simple to get the berry to activate again. As you've seen, just take any regular damage to get the trigger. Switching the Pokemon back in and out is also enough to get the HP restored. My hunch is that Game Freak simply forgot to add an item check associated with self-hit confusion damage, and it's carried over to this day. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield allows you to inflict Ghost-type Curse on the Pokemon that used it. The move Curse has two effects. When the user is not a ghost type, it just raises your attack and defense by a stage, and lowers speed by a stage. But as a ghost type move, at the cost of half your HP, Curse's target will lose 1/4 of its health at the end of each turn, until it switches out. This is where the ability Libero comes in. Libero and Protean both change the user's type to the type of the move it's using. But here's the catch. The target of the move is determined before Libero changes typing. Curse's target is its stat-changing move target itself, but Curse's effect is its ghost type effect, which leads to the ghost type Curse targeting the Pokemon that used it. No Pokemon with Protean or Libero gets cursed naturally, so you'll have to use a move like Skill Swap to see this effect in action. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield can cause Pokemon to eat berries with no HP remaining. Japanese battle mechanics researcher Zagyo discovered this glitch several years ago in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. When a Pokemon with Unnerve is KO'd, all berries are immediately available to be eaten. However, at this point in the checks done after move success, we're done with damage calculation. With animations on, it's misleading. It looks like the Pokemon hits 0 HP, then eats its berry. But what's really going on is damage was already determined. With animations off, the game knows self-destruct will deal only the amount of HP remaining to KO the target, but the citrus berry is eaten before the damage is done, allowing the Pokemon to survive the attack. An extension of the Unnerve Desync glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield allows you to have invincible Pokemon that don't take any damage at all, thanks to the ability Cheek Pouch. As I covered in a previous Mechanics Minute, battle mechanics researcher Zagyo discovered the original Unnerve Desync glitch in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, but only just recently discovered its application with Cheek Pouch. Cheek Pouch is an ability that restores HP when a Pokemon eats a berry, which has pretty bonkers effects when it activates at 0 HP. When damaging the Pokemon again, they will faint with HP, and switching them back in again causes all moves to fail when used against them, because they're fainted and can't be targeted. In addition, all of the user's actions immediately fail. It doesn't matter if you switch, attack, Dynamax, or even forfeit. Nothing works anymore. You see, invincibility has its price. I did a collab with Wolf Glick on this glitch, so check it out if you want more in-depth coverage. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield causes Ripen's ability to activate on items other than berries. Ripen's ability description states that it doubles the effects of berries. Not all berries can have their effects doubled, however. For example, Lumberry heals the user's status conditions. You can't really double that effect, but Ripen still activates even though it didn't do anything. Pokemon is an event-based battle system, and it turns out anything that uses the same event as those for eating or flinging berries will cause Ripen to go off. Pause to read a list of all items that I know this glitch can be reproduced with. Personally, I think the funniest examples are items where you could conceivably get the 2x boost, like with Weakness Policy. Flinging any item with a secondary effect like Light Ball is also pretty funny. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield can cause Pokemon with extremely high speed stats to move first in Trick Room, seemingly ignoring the turn order. If a Pokemon reaches at least 1,809 speed or higher, it can take part in this glitch. In this setup, I have a Dragapult with 362 starting speed, at +3 speed from 3 Dragon Dances, and Tailwind, which comes out to 1,810 speed, 1 over the minimum requirement. This glitch works because of overflow when determining speed order. For the purposes of turn order, speed can't go higher than 8,191. To reverse turn order in Trick Room, Game Freak decided to take 10,000 minus the current Pokemon speed, and just sort that instead. For example, a Pokemon with 100 speed would count as 9,900 speed, but that becomes subject to the overflow. This glitch works precisely because a Pokemon with at least 1,809 speed avoids the overflow, because it drops below the 8,191 cutoff. A glitch in Pokemon Sword and Shield can cause the enormous defensive stats of Eternaeus' Eternamax form to overflow. causing it to take almost no damage from even the strongest moves. Now, in fairness to Game Freak on this one, you normally only fight Eternamax in a special boss fight, so you can only view this glitch by hacking in Eternamax in the first place. However, the glitch is completely natural, and what also would happen if any other Pokemon had a base stat other than HP that was 249 or higher. The problem is that when a nature stat boost is calculated, Game Freak decided to multiply by 110, then divide by 90. But of course, if you had a large enough stat before this calculation, you can overflow to extremely low values, including 0. When you attack into a Pokemon with 0 defense, rather than crashing the game trying to divide by 0, the game basically sets the calculation result to 0. So instead of dealing an instant OHKO, for your average move, you'll just deal 1 or 2 damage, no matter how strong the attacker is.